Nice to see you once again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Nice to see you.
Today is a very, very crucial, one of the most crucial videos we are about to share. We have a few, but this one is also very important because, most people think, okay, we are going to meet, I'm going to meet my partner or whatever, and they are just in this part where, just to be one. Other people are more advanced, they already saw themselves much ahead, and they have to meet, they have to be together. It's very important. What shall it? Now we are back. So protecting your twin flame is very important, and you'll see why. Many people, very little people, are probably aware of this, but most, I'm sure, you're not.
As a matter of fact, we don't even realize we need to be protected before meeting the twin flame. At least the two of us, we didn't realize, and especially on the aspects that we needed protection, let's say. When we say protection, there's always at least one or two areas where we are more vulnerable, and these are, let's say, our weaknesses. Um, we should not, as a matter of fact, consider them as weaknesses because we are all different and everyone has their own unique imprint, let's say. But these are areas which, let's say, society is more easy to affect us in one or another way, which reflects on our psychological, emotional, even physical state. Sometimes it can go even beyond that.
The thing is that we see it as weakness later on. At the beginning, we actually think there's nothing wrong with us and we can live the way we are. It's not a rare thing to hear be yourself. Even in the mainstream, you can hear this. But it's easy to say, but difficult to do.
Exactly.
And we are not even aware how much our mind is in a small prison. We try to be our highest potential, but there's a blockage, like a wall in front of us. We don't see this wall, and we don't have anyone to tell us how to break this wall. And all we do, we just crave to be with someone who truly understands us and can help us out. This is one of the reasons people get together for this, to be themselves properly.
Actually, the twin flame can help turn these weaknesses into our strengths because that's what they really are. For you to better understand us, we're gonna give some examples with ourselves. Shall I start first?
Your story, huh?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it's a short thing, but yes,
Yes.
go ahead.
Well, for me, I'm gonna give two examples with myself. Two areas where I didn't realize I need some protection. The one is because I am more young naturally, that's how I came. Um, I tend to see people more on the positive side. Now, as a
Which is
projector,
amazing. It's amazing.
as a projector, I'm able to see through the aura of people, to scan them very deeply, and I'm able to see their negative sides as well, like their darkness, even the subconsciousness, what they're hiding there. But before meeting you, I was more like always focused on the positive traits of the people that I was meeting, and I was almost like hiding from the dark sides, the dark parts of each person that I was perceiving, but I was choosing not to tap deeper into them. So because of this, I was ending up sometimes in situations that I would be considered, let's say, naive, like trusting people too much, and leaving myself to be used in one or another way, let's say financially or
Or
other
other ways.
ways. Exactly. So when I met Andre,
The savior.
the savior, you're my savior, baby. He captured this immediately, almost immediately, and he started protecting me on this, like with certain people and stuff like this. And at the beginning, when your twin flame wants to step in to protect you, the ego may interfere, and you're almost like, "Hey, I don't really need protection here. Like, what's going on? What are you doing?" And with time, you really
You
start
realized.
to understand that you really needed uh, some guidance or better protection there, or I don't know.
The naiveness, we can see it the best way possible is to guide the people that you're giving advice or something, or helping or hearing them out or whatever it is. With the highest intentions, you have so much love for them, or you see what else they can do instead to change their life. But the thing is that some people don't have good intentions. They take over, and you have already fixed this, you're good now. But they take over and they change something in the way you think, the way you say the things, so that you damage yourself in a way, physical or mental or spiritual. And then you, to recover, it takes a long time, and like this, all this time is being wasted from not being able to help more people. So that's how I come in. I change this, I make it much more powerful. So basically, you are still naive, but you are aware of this naiveness, and you can put it in check
Yes.
this time. Now you know where it is, where it belongs, how much can you use and stuff, because the opposite side is actually seeing the positive side of people. Like, it's amazing.
Now it's your turn.
Yep. So my turn is I have a lot of power, a lot of energy. I didn't even know what power was until I met Petya. This was nothing. I always knew I have the size of a bean, some kind of a compressed power, let's say, inside of me, but I almost didn't have access to this. I was almost um, trying to figure out how to use it, and I could never like fully understand. So I was just doing my life, being myself, but
Trying to be yourself.
well, being myself, yeah, right. Well, I thought I was being myself, but I was not.
We all do.
And I actually understood something after all this is done, like when I met Petty and I changed myself. Because back then I could not understand what was going on to be able to explain you. So now that I see that back then I was just a beast with a ton of power, not a beast in a bad way, but like a gigantic,
You're a
enormous.
sacral generator, so it is normal to feel all this power.
It's
within
like
yourself.
the power of a raw animal, like a lion, full of energy, but doesn't really know how to really use it. So people know this energy is there, so they come and they say, "Look, can you do this for me, or do this for there, and please do this, please do that." And I keep on doing because I'm like, "Oh, I'm useful." Yeah, right. I am useful, but I'm wasting a lot of energy that I'm not investing in myself.
Exactly.
I'm not growing, I'm not evolving, I'm just serving people. You know what this means in a few centuries ago? Slavery. You know, you're just serving, and you don't
There's
really.
no energy exchange.
There's no energy
And
exchange.
it doesn't give you satisfaction because of
You
this.
don't get satisfied because the person who is telling you what to do um, doesn't really care very much about you. He cares about his own benefits, his own well-being. So I feel this because I'm connected with my gut, My gut tells me everything. If I'm doing something wrong, something good. And it becomes a loop eventually when you start serving people and you cannot stop yourself. You just can't. And it has to come someone else, like my twin flame, to be able to say, look, you have to stop. I was going to say in Bulgarian, I don't know why. Like Stiga talks. You have to stop. It's enough, because what you're doing is really, it's damaging yourself, and so on. There's too many things. And it was very difficult because I felt like, so what am I going to do now? What's the next step? Yeah,
But that's also a part of the strength part. That's another thing about where you came to protect me as well. Because me, on the other hand, I was trying to do things which are not really for me, like too much to give energy that I don't even have this energy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, let me do it for you. You should not get so much stressed. And until then, I didn't even realize that I really cannot take as much stress as I thought I can.
I was just taking care of you.
That's the typical projector, thing that we think we can move mountains and we can act as manifestors or generators, but we are not.
If she suffers, I suffer. If I suffer, she suffers.
Very much.
So it's at my highest priority to keep her safe as much as possible. There was times I was like overprotecting, but you kind of liked it in a way. And I also needed a lot of wisdom, a lot of redirection, guidance, something. Otherwise, the energy is wild.
I think we're getting better and better.
We are getting amazing with this, but we have an incoming video about how we are constantly happy or whatever. I don't know how you said about this.
Well, someone asked how to get to this positive vibe that
how we maintain this high vibration as twin flames and stuff. Look, this will be another video, but we will explain what's going on. I mean, not what's going on at the superficial level. Yeah, how we make it.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do. We're gonna get demonetized. I'm just kidding. No, yeah. So, conclusion: we complete each other by being together and protecting, but protecting at some extent. Okay.
Take it in the most positive way. It's not like
it's not like a jail.
We're hunting each other like dogs.
The opposite is running away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's true. If we...
Oh my God! So there is an extreme for overprotecting.
Well, I guess so.
It's possession, becomes possessive.
Yes.
It don't confuse with the possessive between common relationships that the jealousy takes over. No, has nothing to do.
The person cannot breathe anymore.
It's not this that twin flames can experience with the opposite of running away, which is overprotection. Overprotection is just not to suffer.
It may actually seem to some people that we are like this to each other, because most of the times we go almost everywhere together, for example, or we do things together.
Yes.
But we do that because we realize that we are stronger in this way, and we feel very good.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Give us your questions down below if you have them.
I know YouTube removed the dislike button, but you can still like the videos. It helps us a lot.
You can also join our membership.
Yeah.
There's coming videos there as well, more. But there's also topics that we discussed, things that we didn't go so much in depth on the videos here. We also do group choose energy healing sessions.
Energy healing
at some point. So
and
you're welcome to join us.
Here is more like superficial, directly to the point. Over there is more profound and detailed. Yes.
Love you lots.
Love you lots too.
See you soon.
Ciao, ciao.